Hi everyone, this is Dr. Wendy Sweet from My Menopause Transformation. How are you getting on in terms of the month of April? I know it's been very, very challenging for so many women, and with all of the women from around the world in my coaching community, it's been a fascinating time hearing some of their stories and some of their concerns about how they've got on through, what's been going on around the world. And I always say it's quite fascinating that, we've all been in the same situation, so we've all been in this together, and I have felt really privileged to be able to support women, particularly many essential workers. I've got lots of nurses on my program and support them over the last month. It's been quite intriguing in terms of what I've felt and discovered about myself and how we all get on in the household over the last month, and it's certainly been a very, very intriguing and interesting time. I've had to put up with my husband taking over the dining table. He is running his businesses from the dining table, and he seems to have a lot of phone calls and conference calls and all these sorts of things. So I come in here and hide in my study and just get my work done. Over the last week, I've been developing a gut health module, which I've put into the 12-week My Menopause Transformation program. And if there's enough interest, I'll pull that out and sell that as a standalone module. And as part of my restoration series, I've got the joint health module, which is there for you. I don't know about you, but I had no idea what was going on with my joints as I came through menopause. It's certainly not a symptom that is spoken about, but the aching knees and the restless legs and the joints that aren't quite as pliable as they used to be were certainly very, very frustrating for me. So if you've been someone who has been affected by sore joints, then go to the My Menopause Transformation website, click on the How It Works or the programs link, and that is there for you to have a look at and read and see if that suits you. The other thing I did as we came into April was to put all of the programs on sale. I took New Zealand $100 off those. So as we come towards level 1 lockdown here in New Zealand, we've been working through the 4 levels of lockdown. So level 4 was a complete lockdown. We're now in level 3. Fingers crossed we're going to level 2, which will enable other businesses to open, particularly some of the smaller businesses who've been really, really suffering during this time. And then as we go to level 1, a little bit more normality hopefully will start to emerge. So what I've been doing is certainly enabling women to come on to the program at a price that I've never had before. For the 12 weeks and for my coaching, it's 199 New Zealand dollars, and those the pricing is on the website. The code to use is @home20, and as I say, New Zealand and Australia are starting to come out of lockdown, so by the end of May that will finish for New Zealand and Australia. And for you girls up in the northern hemisphere, particularly in the UK, you've got a little bit longer to go, I think, and so I'll keep those prices just a little bit lower for you as well. So in terms of when I talk about the programs, I'm talking about my 2 programs specifically for women as they come through the menopause transition, and that can be any time from 45 right through to 60, and not that at 60 where we've kind of moved through menopause, but for many women their symptoms still remain, and particularly for thousands and thousands, even millions of women around the world, they really struggle with their changing health as they come through menopause. They might be putting on weight, they might have sore joints, they might, not be sleeping very well, and, might be experiencing anxiety and depression. And all of those changes, if we don't get on top of them, then they can lead to worsening health as we get older. And that is my passion, to be able to teach women how to turn that around, because as I keep saying in my masterclass, and that's online for you as well, have a look at the website. That's a 2-hour webinar that you can do online. But as I keep saying in my masterclass, menopause isn't the issue. We all go through this. What is the issue is that for many women, they don't know how to change their lifestyle to accommodate this change in our hormonal environment, and certainly some of the changes around our hormones are, the opposite of puberty. So it just takes a little bit of, reshifting and just thinking about how do we change our nutrition, how do we reduce inflammation. My programs are very big on inflammation and women's heart health. How do we turn around our gut health if that's become a problem? And what I've done as part of my women's healthy aging studies is I've actually positioned menopause in aging studies, and certainly healthy aging studies. We're a new generation of women in that we are doing a lot more than our mother's generation, and for many women, they I find they're on two sides of the bell curve. There could be some that aren't doing enough exercise, so they need to be moving more and just trying to get their body moving in ways that feel a lot more natural for them. And then there may be women who've come through the sports and fitness industry who perhaps are doing too much exercise as they're coming into a shifting hormonal environment. So I address all those concerns in the program as well. I know that there's lots of solutions out there that are marketed to us as we come through this life stage, but what we've got to do is also just really focus on our lifestyle as well. So that's what I've done in the 12-week programs. Many women are on HRT, endless supplements, all sorts of things. Nothing wrong with that, but it's really important that you understand that as we are coming into the next phase of our life, then inside we are aging. So there's lots of changes to our heart, our liver, our gut, our muscles, our bones, and if we can just address some of those changes, then we can turn around our symptoms and certainly have the energy and vitality that we need at this stage of life. So my programs aren't a lot about exercise. I do have an exercise program, but that's a separate program. I'm really focused on the Circuit Breaker program, the Transform Me weight loss program. Circuit Breaker is for thinner, leaner women. Transform Me is for women who have found that they've put on a lot of weight, as I did, and then there's a separate exercise program called Rebuild My Fitness. But if you're in lockdown and if your financial circumstances have changed, then just jump on board and listen to the masterclass on menopause. You can find that under the program link as well, or start off doing the joint health module, and that's a standalone module as well. So I hope that whilst you're in lockdown, everything has been or is going as well as can be for all of you. It's certainly been a very interesting time in our lives and in the context of society, but we're all resilient, and we can I really believe in the resilience of women in terms of getting through this particular stage of our lives. I'm more interested in how you're feeling as you come through menopause, and to making sure that you're turning around your health and focusing on your health as well. We've got another 20 or 30 years ahead of us, and we want to be able to engage and approach those years in the best way that we can. So if you are interested in joining me at all, it's a member part of the program that you go into at any stage. I've got a lot of e-learning modules in there for you, and you don't get them all at once. I stagger them over the 12 weeks, and you come into my coaching community. I'm always available on email as well, and that's how I kind of individualize the program. There's a fabulous nutrition guide. It's focused on anti-inflammatory anti-inflammatory diet, and I've used research from Women's Healthy Aging Studies to form a lot of the food information in there, and then I've sourced recipes from all around the world that are in that as well. So jump on the My Menopause Transformation website. As we come out of lockdown in New Zealand and Australia, I will be shifting the pricing back up again, and at the moment it's $100 off. So I hope you can join me if you're struggling a little bit as you're coming into perimenopause and then as we move into post-menopause. So jump on my Facebook page, My Menopause Transformation, sign up to my newsletter, and just have a look at the website and read about the programs as well. And if you need to email me, then please do that as well. I'm Dr. Wendy Sweet from My Menopause Transformation. Have a fabulous week wherever you are, and if you need to email me, then please do.